All right. Good morning. Good morning, everyone from Houston, intercontinental push, something like that. District.
Intergalactic airport.
We're in the stratosphere today. I'm actually sitting in the same damn seat. I'm talking about creature of habit. I'm sitting in the same damn seat I was the last time I was here doing it. Went to the same place, got the same coffee. I don't know. I would be easy to kill. I think it'd be you just figured me out. So, guys, I posted earlier that we were going to bring Steve on today. Absent of that, because every once in a while when he has time and he's not flying or whatever, and our schedules match up, he'll say, "Hey, I'm available." So I grabbed him today. But absent of that, I was planning to talk about selling without a clear process. So I thought that we're certainly going to talk about Mach 5 and all the things. But Steve, welcome. I wanted to say thanks for coming. I appreciate the support, but also just start talking with you about selling without a clear process. What I had for these guys today was that oftentimes we sell without an agenda, without a framework. We're just talking. We're taking calls. Um, there's no plan, and we're just kind of shooting from the hip. We're jumping into calls without structure. We're just saying yes to calls and time and spending time with people that maybe aren't a good fit even to begin with. They don't check any of the boxes. We're letting the buyer control the conversation. And we hide behind that by saying, well, each sale's different, right? So I can't create a process. So I wanted to kind of set the ball on the tee for you a little bit today and listen, give these guys something to think about with regard to creating a sales process. So there you go.
I think you do this on purpose to wind me up to get me to get me riled up to
I thought like pull the string out of your back and just let it go.
I'm starting to figure out why you do these things, and you're like, I'm gonna say a couple things just to get you going enough to rock.
Yeah, I just kind of throw the ball out and let you kick it around a little bit. It's fun, actually.
Like, watch this. You're probably talking to your neighbor over there at Starbucks. You want to see something cool?
I'm like, hey, watch this one, buddy. So Dan Bennett just jumped on. He's coming to Mach 5. Bill Gustafson, I think, is coming. They jumped on. Rachel is here. So all the cool cats are rolling in. You guys post in the chat how you doing on a scale of 1 to 10. Say hello to Steve. We're going to be here for a little bit. I'm not in any rush. And we want to talk about selling without a clear process today. So I've done that. I did that for years when I first got into contracting. I didn't know what I was doing. I would just go in and beat my chest and say, "Hey, we're good guys. We clean up. Our truck's decent. We'll leave our kid home. We won't bring our dog. We won't park on your grass. All that stuff." But I didn't have a plan with regard to sales. Steve, what do you have to say about that?
Yeah, I think let me just say, first of all, I don't think anyone is born a good salesperson.
Right.
So a lot of times people will say, like, I'm just not a good salesperson. I'm like, well, that's your excuse. That's not reality, because nobody is born a good anything. I mean, when you're born, you sleep, you eat, and you crap your diaper. That's what you're good at. Everything else is a learned skill. And so I think that what happens is people choose to be bad at something, because we can all be good at anything we want to be, right? If we really focused on one thing in our life and we wanted to be good at it, we could all be great.
Right.
We just choose not to. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think, we just finished the 2-day event. And for those of you that have been, we talk about, disc profiling. And disc profiling is personality profiling. And you are basically in a specific, we are all a personality profile. And based on that personality profile, that means that we're good at certain things and we're not good at certain things. With that being said, salespeople are a specific personality profile. They're an ID. Right. So it's not saying that if someone is not an ID, they can't be good at sales, but it's not going to be inherently natural for them. And you listen to some people, and the people that don't understand sales is, they say, like, oh, I've got a gift for gab, so I speak. Sales is not talking. Sales is like a dance. And this dance is this resistance, information, question, resistance, information, question. One of the biggest, I think, challenges, and look, part of what we do is the daily sales accelerator. And a big part of what we're going to do at Mach 5, especially with the people that I'm bringing in, is to show people that anyone can become a good salesperson. Now, let me just say, many people on this call and many people that have businesses, they suck at sales. They are horrible at it. They are hoping and praying that when they open their bank account at the end of the month, that there's enough money in there to pay their bills. Nothing is by design, right? If I said, hey, you just lost $10,000 this month, they'd be like, fuck. If I said, hey, you made $50,000 in profit, they're going to be like, really? But there's no design to it. I'm like, but what if you took the same way that you were driving your car, right? When you drive your car, you're not driving your car by accident. You're not shocked when you actually make your destination.
Right.
You kind of assume that you are going to make your destination when you're driving your car because it's in your subconscious of how you drive. What if you could do the same thing with sales? What if it was in your subconscious that you did not even have to think about it, that you sold and you practiced so much that you're not shocked when you made an extra $1 million in revenue? You're like, yeah, that is the plan. And again, I think it's a learned skill. And if if you drove every day, you're not going to be surprised. Like, holy crap, I can't fucking believe I made it to the mall today. Like, this is amazing. You're like, yeah, that was part of the plan.
Yeah.
So, and this is a question for people out there. Like, and we're going to talk today on the Daily Sales Accelerator. I'm going to do some advanced stuff for people. But if you think about it, why are you so shocked when you close a high level client or you made an extra $1 million in revenue in your business? But you're not shocked that you knew how to tie your shoe.
Right.
Which one do you practice all the time? And which one are you just hoping and praying happens? And if you took the same mentality as, something as simple, you're like, well, Steve, it's simple to tie your shoe. Well, let me ask you this. In sales, somebody has a problem, right? Let's say somebody has a big hole in their roof. They have a problem. They look up on Google, they find you are a roofer, and you fix holes in roofs. You have a solution to their problem. That's the only way a transaction is going to happen. They have a problem, you have a solution. If they call you and they don't buy from you, why? It's because of you. They didn't buy you because of you. There's something you said from the time you answered the phone to the time they hung up and said, this isn't for me. But what they're going to say is, I still have this problem. I still have to go find someone to fix the hole in my roof. You basically talked yourself out of the solution. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It's interesting. I heard you say that, I don't know, when we first started talking about sales, and I was like, yeah, you're absolutely right. Because if we're more intentional about it, I start to gamify it, right? And I was talking with Tony over the last couple of days, and I had fun talking with him because he's just a master at sales, and we talked specifically about dealing with objections. But one of the things that he mentioned was, we go through this sales process. Let's take a specific sales call, right? And you're going through the whole thing, and you get to that, do you want to buy my stuff moment, right? And your
butt gets tense, your stomach you're like, okay, here it comes.
You say, hey, that's going to be, 85 to 90 grand or whatever. And then you get your first objection. And it might be something as simple as, oh, that's a lot of money. And then he said 9 out of 10 salespeople go,
yeah,
they're immediately deflated. He said, I'm like, all right, now the call is starting. Now the game is on, and now I can start digging into what some of these objections are. And he had a great attitude about it. Like it's coming. And if you think everybody you talk to is going to say, boy, wow, 85, 90 grand, that's great. That's exactly what I was planning on spending.
That's actually 20,000 more outside of an eye. I
get extra money.
$20,000. Yay.
Yeah, exactly.
And, the thing is, and I use this example. And obviously I would never do this, but if you and I were standing next to each other and I walked up and I just slapped you in the head, you're gonna be like, what the fuck was that for? And the next time I walk up, if I go to swing again, you're probably going to move out of the way or at least block my hit.
Right.
Well, if you get an objection, right? The biggest objections are time or money, those two things. Well, if you get those objections all the time, it's like you keep walking into the punch every time and you're like, fuck, that keeps hurting, man. And you're like, why don't you block it or move out
Right.
of the way? Meaning an objection handler.
Yeah.
And like you said, I'm the kind of guy like Tony, you know, and I said this yesterday. What people don't realize is that when you have an objection, that is actually a buying signal. Because if I use this example, if I have a pool in my backyard and a guy comes up to sell me a pool, I'm going to go, no, sorry, not interested. I already have a pool.
Mm.
I'm not going to go, let me think about it. Let me get back to what does it cost? No. So if somebody wasn't interested in your product, they're just going to say no. They called you because you had a problem. When they start asking you questions, those are buying signals they're interested. If we were to hook up a heart monitor to you and you think this sale is in the bag, I got it, I'm good. If you were me and I was watching your facial recognition, it's called cold reading, and I started watching your facial cues, do you think that you let off a negative energy as soon as someone says, man, that's expensive? I don't have the time for that. I didn't realize it was going to take this long. Do you think that maybe you're giving off some cues and it is showing, because 59% of how we communicate is body language,
Right.
which even over the phone. So I tell people, like, do you think that that's not transferring through, as opposed to going, yeah, fucking A, this guy's interested because he's saying that's expensive. Now I just need to make sure, is that a smokescreen or is that his only objection he has? I can isolate that objection and go, okay, now let's dance and let's have a conversation. Like you said, when someone says, wow, you realize, Bob, you are the most expensive person I've talked to today. I would do a pattern interrupt, which I'm going to talk about today on the Daily Sales Accelerator, and say, well, yeah, when you're the best, you can charge whatever you feel is valuable. Like, you don't negotiate with a Ferrari.
Right.
If someone out there is more than me, let me know, because I need to raise my prices because I offer the best value. And you're buying on value, right? You're not buying on price. There are much cheaper people out there. I can give you their numbers. As a matter of fact, I can give them to you right now, but do you want it to be the cheapest possible when it's the roof of your house with your family in it? Or do you want the most value?
Steve, talk for a minute about the work that you do on the daily with regard, and you're already really good at sales. And I know what you're reaching for right now.
Pile is getting bigger, I have to say. So,
guys, this is somebody that's already what I would say. I learn a ton from this guy about sales. Okay, and so listen to this.
I'm gonna start bridging teepees and making. So these are my flashcards every single day. So I have a new coach, and just so you guys know that I am truly a product of the product. I have a new coach. He's actually coming to speak at Mach 5. His name is Eli Wild. Eli Wild was the #1 closer for Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins created an award in Eli Wild's name. You can look it up. It's called the Eli Wild Award, because he was such a good closer. So I thought to myself, I want to get better, because the people that I coach, the Rozenberg team, the Rozenberg group coaching clients, deserve the best. So it's up to me as the leader to go out and find the best so that they can teach me, Bob, Bubba, Richard, to show us how to be the best. Make sense? I mean, you want to make sure that I'm not talking about selling Xerox copy machines. I'm talking about current stuff. So I went and I sought out this guy. I hired him as my coach. So now he is my coach, which means he's also coaching Bob, Bubba, Richard, and he gives me homework. And part of this homework is I have to go through and I have to highlight what I have to learn. This is what he sent me this week alone. Okay. So just so you guys know. So based on that, I go and I make flashcards, and every single day I run my flashcards. Repetition is the master of success. Eli Wild has agreed to come and speak at Mach 5. So you are going to meet, for those of you that come, you are going to get to meet and hang out with the guy who closed $12 million in 1 hour. 12.8 million dollars in 1 hour for Tony Robbins. Do you think just being around someone like that, you're going to learn something? And I will be honest, selfishly, he's coming because I want to hang out with him, and I want Bob and Bubba and Richard to get to talk to him, which means we are all going to learn, because everyone there is going to get the same thing we get. Now, VIP elites are going to get a little something special with him and some of the other speakers, Lee Labrada and stuff. But to answer your point, Bob, I invest in myself every day. When I say invest, yes, financially, I do that. I am not afraid. Money is just a tool to get me what I want. I invest the most important thing, which is my time. And that's what I think a lot of people don't do. I walk the walk. That's why I speak all over the world, because I'm a professional. So the question is if you're not sought after as a professional, are you really being a professional? If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, 100%. I appreciate you sharing that. I always love when I could call you on the spot about any time, and those note cards are usually flashcards are within an arm's length. Hey, before the call, we were talking about identity shift a little bit. I mean, and as it relates to I feel like I'm evolving, and we were talking about, this next step for you and your evolution. And so we talk about how we have to kind of call each other out from time to time on walking the walk with regard to kind of stepping into that new identity. Talk for a minute about what that looks like and what the challenges are around that, because sometimes we kind of hold on to the olds, right? Because it's that old saying, like, what got you here won't get you there, right?
You mean you want me to talk specifically about what we talked about last night, like with the team?
Well, you don't have to, but I wasn't suggesting that, but it was a great framework for that topic.
Yeah, no, listen, one thing I am is transparent, right? I don't hold punches, and I don't hide shit. I mean, I am who I am, and I really, I think part of my authenticity is that I am who I am.
Sure.
So we had our 2-day event last 2 days. It was great down here in Houston, and the Mach 5 conference is coming up in October. And we're selling tickets. Everything is going great. But there's focus, right? You've got to take focus. And so there's what's called opportunity cost. And opportunity cost is if I'm saying yes to one thing, if Bob is saying yes, if you watching this are saying yes to something, you are saying no to something else, because the brain cannot hold two beliefs at the same time. We do what's called, we don't multitask. That does not exist. We alternative task. We do a task and we may switch very quickly, but you don't do two things at once, right? So let's just be clear on that. So taking that out a little further with the conversation with the team, my closers and setters, Bob, we were all sitting there having a deep conversation, and somebody brought up maybe we should not do the 2-day event in September, because for two reasons. Number one, we could take the ad marketing campaign revenue, put that towards Mach 5 conference. Mm-hmm. And more importantly, Steve, you and Bob can focus on giving the best Mach 5 conference you can give.
Right.
Because the people that have been around me, and some very, very successful people, have asked me, why are you doing this conference? Like, what do you want out of this? Because you guys all know when you do a conference, it's not for money. You don't make money at a conference. Right. You do it for other reasons. And I said, I just want to build a brand. I said, I want to build a community that people can come to. They're not getting pitched and sold. It's not a Grant Cardone pitch fest. I don't want that. I want people to come to feel the community, to understand what we're doing and what we are building. And that's what I want. And they said, that's the right answer. So the identity, as what Bob is talking about, is I do my 2-day events every month. Everyone knows me because I have people come in from all over the country. People come in from Houston. I mean, it's known. Now I have to kind of give up that identity to go do something else. And now I was telling Bob this morning, I said, I tell people all the time, you have to give up your identity to be someone else. And I said, now I'm kind of having to do the same thing. I am stepping into a new role. We're doing these conference. If I am doing two things, I'm not doing them any good at all.
Right.
So I have to make a decision of focusing on building the best conference in the best environment and the best results of this conference, or I kind of wean it along. I don't know what you guys think, but I feel that I owe it to the people that are investing in coming to give them the best experience so that they could walk away with tangible results to start implementing in their lives and in their businesses immediately. This isn't fluff. Like, I could have the Iron Cowboy come and talk about 100 triathlons. He's a good friend of mine. But unless you're a triathlete, it's inspiring, but it's not tangible.
Right.
And that's why the speakers that I have are coming to give people tangible results, not just bullshit theory of like, well, maybe I could jog one day. It's good. Don't get me wrong. He's a great guy and he's awesomely successful and I love him. But I don't know that that's what's going to give you the ability to build your business, to build your brand, to close more people, to learn how to sell. I think Eli Wild, I think he's going to show you how to make a little bit more money. If you're going to learn something, he would be the guy. He's the guy I learned from. I think I'm pretty good in sales, but I want to get better as a communicator. And that is what he's teaching me. And that's what he's going to teach the people who show up.
Yeah, cool. Good discussion on like just where to spend your time and opportunity cost. And when you think about it, no, we were just kind of talking through it. I kind of dropped that bomb at dinner last night and everybody just kind of looked at me and I was like, it's worth talking about. We ought to at least know the answer, right? It's like if you're going to do something, I used to tell people this with remodeling. Well, I can do the painting myself, but you ought to at least know what it's going to cost to do it, right? So you know what you're saving yourself, right? So when we look at your time and my time, the 2 days is at least 2 days of your time. It's 4 days of my time, if you think about it, right? Because I'm coming down traveling, 10 days of travel, all this stuff. And I love it. It's awesome. But we have to, at some point, look at, okay, where are we spending our time? And, you know, you mentioned Iron Cowboy. It does remind me of the time that I was
Didn't you you may have raced with him. You may have been racing partners.
I don't know. I may have come across him down in Clearwater. 2009, I believe it was.
You may have lapped him. You may have taken him around the high school track once.
I may have beaten him before he was somebody.
It's very possible. It's very possible. Well, you know, it's funny. So funny story. So I went and did some video with James Iron Cowboy at his house, and in his house is his gym. It's like a barn, and all of his trophies, all of his bibs, everything are in there. Like his bike is in the Smithsonian, and he has another one. So he was showing me all of his stuff, and he saved all of his bibs. Every bib he's ever done in a race, he saved. So he showed me this one, and he said, "This is the very first race I ever did." He goes, "It was a turkey trot in 2006. He goes, "I almost didn't finish." He goes, "It was a 5K." And my wife said, "You are embarrassing me. You need to stop." He goes, "I will never forget that." He goes, "That stuck in my mind that I will never embarrass her again." And now he's the Iron Man and all that stuff. But it's a funny story. What drives us?
Right. Yeah. I'd love to meet him at some point. It'd be fun. I'll kill him aside. So you mentioned speakers for the event. We got Eli Wild. Take a second if you've got time, got a few more minutes here. Talk about who the other people are that are coming and going to commit some time to making sure people have a great experience.
Yeah. Well, to start off the show, to kick it off is going to be a personal friend of mine, Lee Labrada. If anyone is in the nutrition world that is our age, or he has a $100 million company selling nutrition drinks. He was an icon in the 80s and 90s, an ambassador for being healthy. He's 65 years old. And I mean, when I'm next to him, I'm like, holy shit, man, this guy's in amazing shape. Personal friend of mine. He's coming to talk about how you can do something. And that same week happens to be the 30th anniversary for Labrada Nutrition. So he's doing this as a huge favor to me because he's like, dude, I've got so many people coming in, old bodybuilders and stuff. He's like, I'm going to come and do this. I'm like, Lee, just come and open it for me about how to build a business and stay healthy, because you can build a business, make a lot of money, and die of a heart attack tomorrow, and none of it was worth it. So he's going to talk about basically how he built a business, how do you build a business and keep your mind straight, right?
Yeah.
This guy's done it. He's almost gone bankrupt twice, I believe. And COVID almost put him out.
Yeah.
These are real life conversations. I mean,
Yeah.
these are people. Then I'm going to have a guy named Eric Fortenberry, who owns a very successful software called JobTread. Many people know of that. He was super excited to come and be a part of it. Great guy.
Yeah.
And you've got a good relationship with him. He was pumped. Next guy is a guy named Jason Cisneros. He shows people how to build and exit your business, because whether you know it or not, you are going to exit your business at some point, whether it's intentionally or not, but you will exit. So Jason Cisneros is coming. Interesting. Talk about circles. As I was talking to Jason Cisneros, I said, hey, Jason said, oh, I used to speak for Tony Robbins. I said, man, my new coach used to work for Tony Robbins. And he goes, who's that? And I said, his name's Eli Wild. And he goes, dude, Eli's like my brother. He's like, are you kidding me? You got Eli to come speak? I'm like, yeah. He goes, and he's going to be there? I'm like, yeah. He goes, oh, dude. He goes, this is going to be amazing. He goes, I would, and before I even said, he goes, I would love to come. I said, well, actually, I was going to ask you to come. So this is great. Then we're going to do a panel. The panel is going to be Jason Cisneros, Errol Allen, who is the guy who systemized our business with flowcharts, processes, procedures, and my best friend, old business partner, Pete Newbig, who has an amazing virtual assistant company to show you how to do it with virtual assistants. That's just day one, man. And there's a few other people. We have some sponsors. That's day one. Day two is obviously going to be Eli Wild. You are going to speak, open the show, talk about your edge, which is awesome. We're going to do a builder. We're going to do a builder panel with you, with Bubba, with Richard, with Chris Ty, who's been a coaching client of mine for 5 years. He has a funny story. He has a construction company that is all virtual assistants. He has no staff in the US. Everyone is a virtual assistant that he builds. He's a product of me. I taught him how to do it. So, you want to, everyone that says, oh, Steve, I'm different, you're clueless. It's you are just wrong. We got Eli Wild. I know we have 14 speakers in the lineup. I don't know how many I just said, but
I think I'm not sure if we forgot anybody, but you got Cisneros, you got Eli Wild, you got Jason, Eric Fortenberry, you, me, Bubba, Richard, Chris Ty, Errol Allen. I mean, when we were putting the agenda together, everybody's like, you guys are getting nuts trying to get this much in, right? And so, like, if you need a bathroom break, go to the bathroom. Like, we're gonna be
we're not stopping.
Yeah, we're not stopping. We get lunch. We're bringing some food trucks in. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be a cool event. We were there yesterday. We met with the guy from the casino outfit that's going to come in and do the casino night on night 2, and there's going to be a fundraiser for the Live Like Jet Foundation. So, Steve, talk for just another minute about that and what that means to you and all that stuff.
Yeah, listen, for those of you that know or don't know, my son passed away 2 years ago on a motorcycle accident. He was a welder. He was 19 years old, and so we created a scholarship foundation for high school kids that cannot afford to go into the trade school industry. Trades, certifications, the scholarship pays for that for kids. It's a way to give back. And so it's been very, it does very well to help kids, in my opinion. I'm just trying to give back as much as I can. I make $0 on this. This is purely in honor of my son. And I think more people need to give back to where they came from. All of the people here are trades. It seems to make sense to help the younger generation that's trying to get into your industry. So we have some very good people that are going to donate. I'm trying to get some of the speakers to donate maybe some of their time as well to be raffled. I know my buddy has a 6-day vacation in Belize. He's going to raffle off. So this is going to be really good, and it's for a great cause, right? It's for these kids. There'll be some of the kids there that actually have gotten the scholarships that are now working in the trade industry, which is cool. So again, it's giving back. The other thing we're going to do is for the VIP elites, we have a very special personal one-on-one dinner And then we're going to take them on Saturday to a Taste of Texas, which means we're taking them to the shooting range, and we're going to do some archery and some shooting and some Texas style stuff. So if you've never done this thing, it's going to be cool. We're going to have instructors there instructing, showing you how to handle weapons, shoot weapons, all that stuff. So this is going to be something that's going to be good for everyone. We have general admission, we have VIP, and we have VIP Elite. I believe the VIP Elite is almost sold out. What's funny is almost all the people we know, which are our friends and coaching clients, they all have purchased them. So
yeah, they want to be there.
Kind of a cool knit group of the VIP Elite.
Gets you up front too.
It gets you up front. It gets you some special stuff. It gives you time with us, the speakers. If you're going to come, I mean, honestly, I think it's too cheap for what they're priced it at, because we even pay for your hotel room for the VIP Elites. I mean, all you got to do is fucking get on a plane and get here. I mean, besides me going to your house and grabbing you, you don't have to do anything else. I mean, this is really, this is going to be something that is going to be something. I want it to be something memorable that people go, wow, that was a great experience. I can't wait till next year.
Yeah.
And that's what I want out of this. I'm not here to make the money. I'm fine with that. I want to create an experience that people remember and say, wow, these guys knocked it out of the park. What are they going to do next year? That's what I want people walking away with.
Yeah, it's when you and I first started connecting, and I mentioned you several times. I said, for me, it all starts with community, and I wanted to make sure that we did that. And I think I was walking through this very area when I called Wendy and said, we need to do an event. I'm going to tell Steve we need to do an event.
Yeah,
since then, life's been a blast.
Thanks for that one.
I was walking around trying to figure out a way to complicate my life. And so I called you and said, hey, let's do an event. So, but what I would say to people too is oftentimes we wait, right? We said, well, I'll wait until it's closer to the event. I'm not sure. I'll grab a ticket last minute, but it helps us plan too, to create a great experience for everybody. And the more people we know are coming, the earlier, the better off we are with regard to being able to sell sponsorships, to getting vendors interested in showing up. So it's all good. If you think you're going to come, figure it out. Get your ticket today, and that way we'll know we can wait. We can count on you. I've got a couple of photos coming out of people today that have bought tickets, so having fun with that, and we just kind of
it should be fun, right? I mean, this should be something of a celebration of what I think it is too, Bob, is it's giving people the permission to step into the new business model that they've always wanted to create. Because
exactly.
I think everyone here, it's not about making more money. It's about alignment with who they really are. Right. And sometimes they need permission to be around the right people, not beat down, not talked down to, not belittled. It's like, dude, you are good. We need to just make you great. And sometimes we just need that permission around the right people to say, man, I deserve to have a business that runs without me. I deserve to never worry about money. I deserve these things. I just don't know how to get them.
Hey, careful. You're stealing my talk.
Sorry.
Careful. Take your seat at the table.
I'll leave it alone.
We're going to have fun.
Yeah.
Man, it's been a wild ride already with you. And
30 days.
Yeah, man. The first 30 days, I was still doing all the one-on-one coaching. And it's cool to evolve. It's cool to watch you now start to evolve. And I feel good about that, because I feel like my presence here is helping you be able to do some other things.
Absolutely,
the sky's the limit. Can't wait for more. Can't wait for Mach 5, all the stuff. And we're changing all the time. And so it's just fun. So I appreciate it. Guys, get your tickets, do the stuff, do the thing. All right. We're on here. I'll get Steve on here at least once a week between now and Mach 5. We'll grab a topic. And if you've got questions, pop them in the chat all the time. He's easy to get a hold of. I'm easy to get a hold of. If you think you want to get a little bit more information about what it's like to work with us, or even if you want to get on the DSA, the Daily Sales Accelerator, Monday through Friday, we would love to have you dip your toe in the water, check it out. One of the things we say to people at the 2-day is, like, if you think you want to have a conversation, that's all we need to hear. We're going to have a conversation and figure out how to get you some coaching, how to get you involved in the community. So all you have to do is reach out. Don't be a wallflower. Let us know you need to talk. All right.
Yeah, and the thing I would say, Bob, is when people are thinking about this, and I know it's not an easy decision to do these things. I get it, but you just got to ask yourself, would my life be better or worse with Bob and Steve in my life? That's the first question. Like, could they help me? Could Steve, Bob, Bubba, Richard, could they help me get to my goal faster with them being in my life? Or am I better doing it on my own, trying to figure it out and guessing? Because I tell people all the time, like, you will pay the bill either way. You are either going to pay in time with mistakes, headache, frustration, or you're going to pay with an investment to speed it up. And what successful people do is they trade time for money. Money is just a tool. It's what is that tool getting you to speed up the success and the results of that. And my job is like, if I can get you there, you could listen, you and I know, anyone who's done this for a while, we know it sucks when you're on your own trying to figure it out and then fail and go, what the hell do I do now? This sucks. Or have a group of like-minded people around you and go, we're not going to let you fail. We're not going to let you go down that path. We're going to take you this way because we know what works. Dude, there's a lot of power in that. We all know it. I'm just the one out there finally giving you permission to say, it's okay. Let's move forward. And that's what I think is about with what you and I are doing.
Yeah, it's fun. We're just getting started. I'm super excited about it. So guys, reach out, get to the event, just figure it out, get there. You will leave a different person than you showed up as. So Steve, thank you. I appreciate it. Guys, go do something great today. Come from a place of service. Keep your hands to yourself. Don't touch other people's stuff. All right.
That's not true. You can touch other people's shit. That's okay.
Yeah, you just got to be quick. You got to be quick about it. So,
or bigger.
Steve, yeah, exactly. So, thanks again, brother. Appreciate you. We'll talk to you later, guys. See you tomorrow.
All right, guys. Take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye.